What's up, you guys? It's Cody coming back at you with another video, and today we are doing the dual steering stabilizer shocks that I showed you guys in my previous video, headlight video. We're doing these today, dual steering stabilizer shocks by Rough Country. These were $100 on Amazon, and as always, the link will be in the description. So if you guys are interested, by the end of this video, you guys will be able to find them. It comes with all the hardware, directions to install them, all that good stuff. So I heard a lot of good reviews by these, not only the reviews on Amazon, but also some of my subscribers telling me that they have the same setup. And of course, like I said, Robert suggested these to me because he has them. He said he loves them. A couple other subscribers in my last video told me that they have them and they work great. I think someone on Instagram even told me about them. So they're supposed to be really good. We're gonna install them. We're gonna go for a drive and see how much better the steering on this thing gets, and you know, bump steer, because right now the truck has really bad bump steer. We only have one steering stabilizer shock right now, and I'm pretty sure it's probably blown out and does absolutely nothing at this point because it's so old. It's pretty much just sitting there. So I mean, I don't know that for sure, but the truck drives pretty bad, so that's just what I'm assuming. So that's gonna be pretty much it. We got the toolbox out. We're gonna go ahead and take the old one off first, of course, and then throw that on, and then we'll go for a drive and actually see if we notice a difference. Also, stick around for the end of this video because there's going to be some kind of big news that I have for you guys. Nothing exactly really happening right now, but something I have in the works that's going to kind of be added to the channel in the future, as long as everything goes smoothly. So like I said, stick around for that. If this is your first time here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. We make tons of content all the time. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoy this video, and share it with your friends. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the install. All right, you guys, so like I said, first things first, let's get this old steering stabilizer off. 3/4 and a crescent. Do this side. All right, you guys, so first of all, before you even start this install, you want to make sure, according to their instructions, that both of your tires are straight. Now, these are your U-bolts that hold your axle to your leaf springs and all that, right? You want to take off these front nuts off of the U-bolts. I already took them off. As you can see, I took the nuts off. Now, before I took these nuts off, I marked the top here with like my knife to just kind of scratch the sludge off. That way I can tighten these U-bolts back up at the same spot. Okay, so I made a mark on top. I got the nuts off now, and then your plate that comes with your kit, this one will go on here like this, so it can drop underneath this. All right, so that's on there. The U-bolts all the way down. Okay, now it's all the way down. Now we will put the nuts back on with the washers that were already on. All right, so the plate is pretty much on the driver's side, but I did not tighten it 100% yet. I left it kind of loose for now, just in case we need some extra movement to install the shocks. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and then I'll tighten it all the way down at the end. All right, you guys, so for the passenger side, it says that the factory nuts will not be removed like we did over here. On the driver's side, we removed the factory nuts, put the plate in place, and then put the nuts back. So on this one, on the passenger side, it says that we will not be removing the passenger nuts. We will put the plate on. We will put the plate on and then put new nuts over it. I'm assuming that's without this plate. However, looking back here where the plate is not there, that still does not leave us enough threads to put a new nut on. It even supplied us with the nuts, but there's only like 2 threads sticking out of the bottom of that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to remove the old factory steering stabilizer plate and put the new mounting bracket in place of it and put the nuts back on. That's just about all I could see. We're gonna try that out and see how it works. All right, so we got the passenger side plate mounted up, and now I did go ahead and use the new nuts that they gave me. Even though the old ones had a built-in washer, they're just regular nuts. They're not lock nuts like the nylon, nylock, whatever nuts. These ones are the locking nuts, so they will not vibrate off, so I went with these ones. Even though there's no washer, I used the new nuts. And just like with the other side, I did not tighten it all the way. You can't tell, but I left it kind of loose so I have some play and some movement, so we can mount the shocks and then tighten everything up back up at the end. So let's see what the next step is. All right, so our next step is to install the shocks mounting pins, and they go in on the outside hole according to the instructions, like this. All right, and then we have a lock washer and a nut. My gloves are all ripped up, and we're gonna put this top nut on and tighten that all the way down, and then I can use that to put a crescent wrench on it, and then I could tighten the bottom one and compress the lock washer using that top nut as backup. Same thing on this side. Alright guys, so I had to charge my phone a little bit, so I went ahead a little bit, but this is your next step, is to install this center bracket, which goes on your tie rod between the other two brackets. It's pretty simple. The U-bolts only go in one way, and the plate needs to be on top with the two holes over here, because those are where your shock mounting pins are going to go. So the next step is to put your mounting pins on. It does say to leave it loose like this, which is why I still have it loose, but now you're going to put your shock mounting pins in there, and they're going to go, instead of up like these on the side, they're going to go down. So you're going to put this in like this, and it's going to face down, and the other one's going to go in the other hole, obviously, and then we'll be mounting our shocks after that. So let me throw these on, and then we'll get to that part. So the directions say that we should have about 4.5 inches right here if this is centered where we want it. We should have about 4.5 inches. I got 4.5 right there. And 4 inches right there. So, you know, something could be different on my truck, or we're gonna split the difference and make it 4.25 on each side, just so we know it's centered. All right, you guys, so once I got the shocks mounted to the plates and the mounting pins, I went back and tightened all the U-bolt nuts on both sides. So all the U-bolt nuts are tightened completely, so those brackets would not move. And then I could center this part, and I have 4 1/8 here and 4 1/8 here. I will show you right there, 4 1/8. All right, so that's how we know that this is centered. Now we're gonna go ahead and tighten down all the nuts on the mounting pins, and then that's it, we'll be done. All right, you guys, so that's it. The job is done. We went back, of course, and tightened all the nuts and bolts, made sure everything was tight and secure. Our U-bolts are tightened down on the center bracket. Our U-bolts are tightened down. It's kind of getting dark, so hopefully you guys can see okay. But yeah, so our U-bolts are tightened on the leaf springs. I don't know if you guys can see, because it's getting dark, but anyways, like I said, everything's tightened down. We're all good, we're all done, just in time for the sun to be going down. Now this job wasn't very hard, but it's one of those things where you kind of have to figure it out as you go, with little hints here and there from the instructions. I mean, these instructions are super basic. I mean, like, if you want to pause it and read them ahead of time, there they are. So there's the instructions, super basic. Like I said, if you want to pause it and read them, you can. But it's basically, you got to kind of figure it out along the way while getting little hints from like the instructions and the 2 pictures that they provide, which are super unclear pictures. But anyways, we got it done. It's maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours if everything goes smooth. I was filming, so of course it always takes me a little longer, but it wasn't that bad at all. So that's pretty much it. It is getting dark, so I will be doing the driving test for you guys tomorrow, but that's going to be in a few seconds for you guys, so hang tight. I'm going to clean up my tools. We'll go for a drive, and we'll see if there's a difference. All right, so it's the next day. I drove about 35 miles to the job site today. I've been driving to the same job site for about 2 weeks now on the same freeway and everything, so I kind of knew, you know, where there were some spots on the highway that I was hitting bumps on, kind of turns, and getting some bump steer and stuff before adding the dual steering stabilizers. So I kind of knew what to look out for in the drive this morning so I can get a proper before and after test. And there's definitely a big difference with these dual steering stabilizers. It's not a huge difference. It's not like, oh my god, the truck is like driving so much smoother. I mean, it's still not part of the suspension, so it's just steering and bump steer, but I definitely noticed a little bit of a difference on the bump steer, hitting bumps at high speeds on the highway. So overall, I'm pretty happy with them. As you guys saw, they look great. I'm still debating on painting them black. I was thinking about painting them black, but I really feel like the black is going to kind of camouflage them, and you're not really going to see them very well with the rest of the components underneath the truck being, you know, them being black. But right now, with them being the factory color, I think they really pop and they really stand out, so I might leave them like that. But again, they look great, and the truck definitely, you could feel the steering is a little more firm. It's not harder to steer, but it just feels more firm and more solid, and there's less play in my steering wheel. Like, there's less like free give, you know. So I'm happy with them, you guys. The install wasn't super hard, and for $100 you can't really go wrong if you're having problems with your bump steer. I think they make a difference. I'm pretty happy with them. So that's pretty much it for that, you guys. Hopefully the install part was you know, pretty easy on you. I didn't really go over socket sizes, but you know, just have some socket sets on hand, and really all you need is like maybe a crescent wrench and socket sets. Some of the nuts and bolts were standard, some were metric. That's kind of weird, but that's just the way it was. And that's pretty much it for that, you guys. So let me get into a couple other things real quick before we end this video. First of all, throughout the past in my videos, I've asked you guys to send me pictures of your trucks on Instagram, and a lot of people have done it. I love seeing the kinds of builds that you guys have, what kind of builds people that are following my channel have. It doesn't have to be a powerstroke, any kind of build, any truck, any car, whatever. So follow me on Instagram. Here's my name on Instagram, powerstroke_project, and DM me some pictures of your trucks and your projects and whatever you're working on. I'd be interested to see that. So for the big news that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, right now the name of the channel is Powerstroke Project because I'm building my 7.3, but the ultimate goal is to have several projects. There's a lot of things that I want aside from just this truck. I really want a Corvette one day. I want to build a Ford Ranger pre-runner, and lots of other stuff. So the name of the channel might change one day when I have more projects, but for now we may be getting another project, another vehicle for the channel. It's not really going to be so much of a project as much as just a second vehicle, which will allow me to do more major mods to this truck, because right now it's my only vehicle, so I can't really drop it off at the shop for long periods of time to get work done or to get it lifted any higher, any of the stuff that I really want to do to the truck, because it's my only vehicle and I need it to get to work every day. One thing that I've been wanting for a long time that I'm really looking into getting right now is a hardtail, custom hardtail chopper bobber. All right, so that's pretty much the big news. There was one that I was gonna go give a test ride yesterday, but my dad is a motorcycle mechanic, and I talked to him. He didn't think it looked very good, so I didn't check it out. But my dad, being a motorcycle mechanic, is gonna help me find a cool chopper bobber that's pretty close to what I want already, and then we're gonna make some changes, you know, put the right handlebars on it that I want. I already have everything in mind. Here's some pictures of kind of what I'm looking at, so you can see the ape hangers that I want. I want a brown seat and the rest of the bike to be black. You know, hardtail, like I said. So this is kind of the bike I'm looking into getting right now. So hopefully you guys can expect that kind of soon, and it won't be a major part of the channel. I'm not going to be making a lot of videos working on it, or really not many at all, but it will, like I said, allow me to have another vehicle to drive to work while I'm getting my truck worked on, so we can expect more major mods for the 7.3, so that'll be cool. So that's pretty much it for the big news, you guys. And then just one other thing I want to mention again, I've said it before in other videos and I will continue to say it. One of the big purposes behind me making these videos is not only to help you guys you know, decide if you want to try certain mods, so you can see me do it first and then decide if you want to try it, or maybe give you ideas on mods to do to your truck, But the main reason for me making these videos is to motivate you guys to, you know, work hard and chase your dreams and your goals, so that way if you have the desire to build any kind of project, whether it's a 7.3 or something else, you know, you have to chase your goals and dreams and work hard to get to a position where you're making the money to do so. Okay, so I want to hopefully motivate everybody to work hard, you know, get that dream job that you want, start making some money, and start enjoying life, because life is short. So you can start, you know, doing mods and building projects and having fun with life, because life is too short to not enjoy it. And I'm enjoying the hell out of building my truck, and like I said, I want other projects, and you know, I want you guys to, you know, get the same enjoyment out of building whatever it is you want. All right, so that's the purpose behind these videos. So I hope you guys enjoy them. If you do and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, follow me on Instagram, leave a like and a comment on this video, and hopefully continue to check out my videos. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. Hopefully I motivate you. Again, that's my goal. That's it for now. I'll catch you guys on the next video.